What's up, Mr. Stupid? How you doing, man? Good, yeah. I'm good too. Thank you for I think you're the first person in here. Thank you for tuning in. About to get started here in a second. What's up, Pietro? On YouTube? How you doing, man? Thank you for tuning in. Get stuff set up on TikTok over here. What's up, some extra playlists? I'm on Twitch too, by the way, guys. NatureJab _. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get started here. Started on these other platforms. Instagram going. What's up, Instagram? Let some people in a second here. Let me just get this TikTok going. Here we go. I was going through pyrolysis systems already made in China. Yeah, a lot of countries in the East do this process because they kind of see what's up with it. All right, we're gonna let Luke in on the Instagram here. Yeah, good to see you guys too. Didn't you create fuel from plastic? Yep. Well, I was just saying, everybody that requests to come in is declining to come in. It won't let anybody in on the Instagram. Huh. My guy turned plastic into diesel, then turned the swag all the way up. Yeah. No, I'm not afraid of the Illuminati. I am the Illuminati. Yeah, it won't. All right, finally, let somebody in. What's up, man?
What's going on, big dog?
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to finally get in on the live with you, man.
For sure.
I'm trying to contact you for a little minute. I know you've been busy cooking it up.
Yeah.
Been in the lab cooking.
Yes, sir. What's your question?
My question is, how could we get what you built? How can we get it to like maybe guys that are not as savvy? How could I create something similar, maybe on a smaller scale?
Well, the first step is, if you want to create something simpler, don't use microwaves. Microwaves make it all complex no matter what. You got to build a traditional pyrolysis reactor, one that runs off of just a flame, like a propane burner or something. Now, you don't need welding skills to make this stuff, but if you know how to weld, it'll make it a lot easier to get the things going. But what I recommend is there's actually quite a few guides online on YouTube nowadays, especially from some people in India that built really simple ones. So I go out on YouTube and see what they did. But yeah, unless you know how to weld and have experience with electrical and have experience with, taking apart microwaves, I won't even mess with the microwave pyrolysis.
See, my experience with the microwaves is on another end. See, I hook up the cell phone antennas, that cook us from the top down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I hook up those microwaves.
You
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's just a different type of thing.
It's a different type of frequency. Yeah, I get you.
Right. So what do you see? What's the plan for the future? Where do you see yourself going? Because you're a progenitor, brother. I don't know if you acknowledge yourself as that. And I use you as an example to show a lot of people, that are not awake to this. They think of it as impossible. You know what I mean? Where do you see yourself going? Future for this?
Well, ultimately, this is something that needs to happen. This is a technology that has to take over the world, whether I do it or not. But of course, my goal is to get my specific machines out to every country and province in the world. But as I said, if I don't do it, somebody else sure will, because it's one of those technologies that just has to happen.
Indeed. I appreciate your time, brother. And
Absolutely.
I would like to contact you in your DM. I would like to get you on another live if possible.
Okay, yeah, send me an email, because I get a lot of DMs. It'll be hard to find you.
All right, so my name is Atton, so just look out for me.
All right, take care, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
For sure. Peace. What's up, Edu? Mr. Stupid on Twitch asks, does the plastic have to be clean first, like if it was found in a dumper in the ocean? The plastic does not have to be clean. If you want to get, a consistent and reliable product, yes, you have to clean it, especially if you're doing science and you want, as little variables as possible. But one of the best things about pyrolysis is it doesn't matter what the state of the plastic is in. It could have algae, it could have salt water on it, it could be, completely put together or falling apart. We can turn it all into fuel. We can destroy it all. So that's the good thing about it. You can't turn a destroyed piece of plastic into a new bottle. Hey, thank you for the badge. I really appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thank you, Rick Gordon. I really appreciate you, man. Let's see. We got some other people. We got 6 people. Y'all building up quick on the Instagram here. Trying to get things going on the TikTok, but sometimes TikTok, they really be shouting at me on there. On YouTube, Pietro asked, "Why don't you begin a startup and start scaling up?" I did begin a startup. I am scaling up. That's where I'm in the process of right now. This doesn't happen overnight. Yeah, I'm trying to let you in. It's just sometimes when I try to let you guys in, it just declines it. I don't know, something with the network.
Yo, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
How's it going, man? I'm not expecting to join, I can't lie. I didn't really come prepared. But I was just speaking more on the actual scientific side of, distillations and things like that. What you use in the fact of separating the oils and stuff, it's what's it called?
I use a distiller to separate the oils.
Yeah, did you develop your own distillation?
What about the distillation?
Did you build it yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
What are you using? Are you just using ice, like water and ice in the tube for circulating cold water?
Yeah, I just use water and I have a live bit condenser. So for everybody that doesn't know, this machine creates gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel, but they all come out and they're all mixed together. So the only way to separate them when they're all mixed together like that is through distillation, which is essentially what we use in oil refineries to separate these things out of crude oil. So I use that exact same process to get just gasoline, just diesel, and just jet fuel from the plastic waste.
Mm-hmm. And one last question. So as you create your fine powder, obviously, because temperature, like you said, if you remove the oxygen, it doesn't melt, it turns into more of a carbon powder. So when it comes to turning it into an actual body where you're able to liquefy it, how is that done? What to the second part, distillation. Where's the middle?
It's all about temperature. So gasoline is the first thing that comes out because gasoline requires the lowest distillation temperature, and after that is kerosene, and then after that is diesel. So you know what you get by what you're getting on the other end by the temperature at which you distill it at. So that's why I'm able to tell you guys I'm getting gasoline fractions, kerosene fractions, diesel fractions, because I'm basing my distillation temperatures off of the distillation temperatures they use in the big oil refineries to get these things.
Yeah, I've noticed that with distillation and things like that, and I've noticed that, you know, as depending on what you're obviously working with, biological components or whatever, but as I do higher temperatures and things like that, it tends to pull different things. You know, even though it reacts quicker, it tends, for me specifically when I've been working on it, it pulls more. It's very messy. You know, so
it's messy if you in order for it to be cleaner, you gotta have a proper distillation setup. You gotta have a reflex column. You gotta put boiling stones in there, and you gotta really, really be precise with that temperature. You cannot make the temperature too high too quickly, or you will get different fractions mixing with each other. I got some other people I got it in, but thank you for the very scientific question there. Great discussion. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, take care, bro.
Hey, you too. And check out my YouTube videos if you got more questions concerning that stuff. I got a whole series on distillation. On YouTube, we got some questions on the YouTube and then some things on the Twitch. Infinite asked, dang, I can't get this thing out my screen. Does it cause the same pollution as the real gas and diesel? No, we just went over that with a research paper. There's actually less CO2 from the plastic fuels than from the original fuels. Could you make kerosene? Yes, we make kerosene. We make gasoline, diesel, and kerosene fractions from plastic waste. So with all the work and processes that go in the manufacturing process of your fuels, what would be your price per gallon of fuel? It really depends. You know, there's so many factors that go into it. But my goal is I want it to be $2 a gallon for everything. That's the diesel and the gasoline. I want it to be $2 a gallon or less. Fire fit, appreciate it, Kay. Let's see. Let me let some people in here on the Instagram. I think I gotta go on TikTok on my phone. Yeah, I'm gonna go on TikTok on my phone because.
Hello, I didn't think it would leave me.
Oh, here you are.
How long have you been working on this thing here? This whole diesel project of yours? Diesel gas, plastic.
I've been working on it for, at this point, 4 years.
4 years?
Yep.
And how long have you been able to make it for? How long was it in production for you planning it and everything?
You said how long will it take to get to that point?
Yeah, like how long were you studying to figure out?
I was studying for just a few months. You know, I'm a doer, so as soon as I get an idea to do something, you know, I do the research I need to do, and I just do it. There's really not much of a gap between the two.
So you've like come up with this idea in a few months to be able to produce flammable, combustible gases and liquids.
Well, I didn't come up with the idea. The science is super old. All I did was innovate it into a more efficient method to do so. And that happened over time because, you know, I was innovating as I went on, experimenting with different things as I went on. So ultimately, that's the best way to learn things and to find new things, to just, you know, to get in the game, start working on it and see the pros, see the cons, see what needs to be improved in the game. And that's all I did.
Do you have a name of anyone who you know who has done this in the past? Has like any scientists or anyone that you look up to?
Yeah, there's a guy on YouTube called Hazel Kim, and he was one of the people who inspired me to get into it. He has a video, pretty popular video on YouTube, got like 1 million views doing it, and I'm the only person that I know of on YouTube that is showing microwave pyrolysis at a home scale, but general pyrolysis, which is just the general way of turning plastics into fuel, you can find it all over the internet.
Doing it with the microwave?
Yeah, I do it with microwaves.
So how you're making it?
Yeah, like the microwaves are super efficient. They heat up super well. So I use microwaves. And my hypothesis is that if we use a microwave pyrolysis reactor at an industrial level in a continuous machine, it will be efficient enough for it to be monetarily and energetically profitable, allowing this technology to actually be used in the world. And I've seen myself at my homemade machines with homemade materials that the efficiencies I'm getting are absolutely wild on the microwave. So I'm saying that, the bigger, the better. And the more efficient it gets, so we're just starting and we're already at a crazy efficiency. So just wait, a few years or so, when this is at a big industrial continuous level, it's going to, this is going to be able to be in the market. And we will be able to make plastics profitable, where you can go pick it up and take it to a plant and get paid a few cents per whatever amount of pounds of plastic you take in.
I mean, that's a great idea, man. It's good for recycling. It'll be great for the earth, too, as well as fucking cutting down on carbon emissions and shit.
Exactly. I got some other people I gotta let in, man, but I appreciate your questions. Thank you, and you take care. What's up, everybody on TikTok? You guys on TikTok, if you want to come in and ask a question, request to join in as a guest, then I'll let you in. We got a lot of people on the Instagram I'm addressing here. Let's see, on YouTube. You said, Infinite said, how much would it be sold a gallon for your gas? My goal is $2 a gallon. I want to work for you. Are you scared of the government? No, I'm not scared of the government. I am the government. Did you study companies that already do this? Yes, I did. I studied companies. I studied scientists. I studied research papers. I already do this. Love the content. Where do you get your plastic? I get the plastic from myself, my family. I get it from a school and a local church. So, I mean, there's no issue with getting the plastic waste. That's the last issue. The only issue we have is getting this process to the ultimate efficiency and getting it built. And that's what we're working on. That's what we're putting the most energy there. But getting plastic waste will never be an issue. I mean, that stuff is everywhere. What's your TikTok? It is NatureJab. Guys, I'm on Twitch too. It's NatureJab _ in my bio. What's up, man?
Dog, finally got a hold of you.
What's up?
Talk to you. I got a good question.
Yeah.
Your future view. You got a good outlook on life. It looks great. When you come across the time that someone with a little bit more money comes across your street, your radar, would you sell or would you hold on?
I've already had people with a lot of money come across my radar. I don't sell. Because ultimately, here's the thing.
So in the event you're scaled up, things are running, got a bunch of employees, things are looking great, but bigger industry, within the industry that you're in, comes along and provides you with an option. Here's a way for us to go ahead and merge, advance your technology even more, celebrate you more, or you deny it and you deal with whatever repercussions come from that. Which one you choose?
I'll say it like this. There's the reason why I'm already not I've been doing this for years. I've been public with it on social media, getting millions of views for years now. If I wanted to sell out, I could have already had this machine built like I wanted to. There's no selling out for this because there's a reason why this technology isn't out there right now. It's called profit and greed. And ultimately, I'm making this a business. I'm going to make it a business, make it profitable to take in your plastic, right? And if we let this be tampered with by people who purely just focus on plastic and money, I'm not even plastic, but money, and what's going to happen is we're going to lose sight of the original goal. And the original vision was not to make money, but to get plastic out the ocean and stop plastic waste as a whole and cut it at the roots. It just happens to be that we live in this world where this world is a business and we have to make things a business to make it work. So I don't need to sell out because there's already going to be $1 billion, $1 trillion industry. These people can accelerate what I'm doing, but ultimately there is no buying out NatureJab. The only thing that's going to happen is these big companies, we can work with them, we can partner with them, but, there's no buying out. If they want to build their own machines, they do their thing, but there's a vision.
I do have to contest, on one end, you're correct. You're doing your thing, you're vibing and whatever. But on the other end, you really believe that these very smart individual businessmen who have built up these massive corporations within the industry that you're in aren't smart enough to think in the future and foresee that the garbage that they're putting out is essentially the profit for them later, for them to continue to scale? You think they don't see that? You think they don't think about that and know, hey, look, we're polluting, but at the end of the day, we have technology to clean it.
Oh, yeah, they are thinking about it.
We're the ones that are going to get paid to clean it.
They are thinking about that, but right now it's not making them money. It's not profitable. That's why they don't do it now. So they're going to wait until somebody like me comes along with a technology that makes it profitable. And when I come along with a technology that makes it profitable, then they're going to jump right on it. So what I'm saying is this. There's going to be a ton of counterfeits. There's going to be once I prove that microwave pyrolysis at a continuous industrial level is the way to make pyrolysis efficient enough to be monetarily and energetically profitable, there will be a ton of other companies that come up, maybe even companies that get bigger than me. But that's okay, because guess what? If you're getting plastic out the ocean, that's what the vision was to begin with. So it doesn't have to be me that does it. The point is, we got to deal with plastic waste at the roots. It just happens to be that we're going to make this a business.
I agree. At the end of the day, they will come out of the green work, they will come out of the woodwork, and they will say, hey, look, your technology is great, but we've already known about it.
Right.
We've been about it, and here's some of the things that you could do to do something with us or be an issue for us. That's your ultimatums you're going to be presented with at some point in time. I guarantee you. And it's not going to be out of a malicious area. It's just going to be out of a strategic business investment.
Business. And like I said, that's fine. Competition's amazing for if we're going to make it a business to clean our world, to clean the environment, hey, that's perfectly okay with me. If we want to be competitive about getting plastic waste out the ocean, overrun my business. The whole point of why I started this is so that way we can actually genuinely recycle. We put a plastic in our recycle bin and it's actually being recycled. So I don't care if it's me, I don't care if it's you, I don't care if it's Shell themselves. If we are dealing with plastic waste and we're actually having solutions, I don't care who does it.
That's the message, baby. That's the message right there, dog. Because it don't matter who goes up to the top. As long as you're there, being one of the ones who was the voice to do it and say and bring light to it, you got a place in this, dog. And you've been had a place in this. I don't ever want you to think that you don't. My man?
All right. Appreciate you, man. Great questions. You take care, bro. All love. Sorry, guys, on TikTok, I forgot to get to you guys that requested to join in. You guys on TikTok can request to join in. I'll let you in. Hey, Solar Man. People say pyrolysis isn't sustainable as the energy input is higher than the energy output. However, isn't there a certain point after producing enough fuel where you could use set fuel to power it? Exactly. And on top of that, traditional pyrolysis has had that efficiency issue. However, microwave pyrolysis does not have that efficiency issue, and I've proven that with my Mark IV machine. You can go on my YouTube channel and see we are already at a small homemade scale in a batch machine that isn't even continuous, that doesn't even have industrial parts. We already are getting 48 kilowatt hours of energy output for every 25 kilowatt hours of energy input we get in. So imagine at an industrial level that's continuous, with proper insulation, with proper microwave producing magnetrons. It's only going to get better. So that's all I'm saying. Because right now, think about it like this. If you take a pizza and put it in the oven, and every time you want to put another pizza in the oven, you let the oven cool down and then heat up again, what's going to happen? It's not going to be as efficient as if you're just keeping that same heat and keep putting new pizzas in. So now that's going to be the equivalent of what we do with the Mark V. That's going to be continuous. It's going to be so much more efficient. So all I'm saying is, the reason why pyrolysis, which is an old technology, has not got to the point where it is all over the industry right now, all over the world right now, is not because of emissions, is not because, it's toxic, is not because, it's always been because of money, because that's what the world runs off of. It's not been profitable enough. It's not been profitable enough to put these things on boats and go get it out the ocean. What I'm saying is that's what my proposal is. That's what my hypothesis is. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it a money tree to literally recycle plastic. Recycling plastic has not been profitable. That's why they don't do it. I'm going to make it profitable. You said they keep dropping your live on TikTok. No, I've been ending it and coming back on because I wanted to see what would happen. Because I've been going live on TikTok from my computer, and then it gets super shadow banned on the computer for some reason. So right now I'm on my phone, and it's fine. What's up?
Oh, shit. I'm surprised. So you already answered one of my questions, but my other question is, have you measured the octane level of the gas you're producing?
No.
All right, just because from mechanical standpoint, the octane level will affect the efficiency
man, let me tell you something about the octane. That's no issue because we've been adding additives to gasoline since the beginning of gasoline to increase the octane. So we can just add the ethanol or whatever additive we want to the plastoline to increase the octane on that too.
All right. Well, that's really the only question I still have left because everyone else has asked before me, so I'm gonna let someone else up on you.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for your questions. Have you tested the emissions from running your fuel? I have not tested my own emissions, but I just released a research paper of scientists that did test the emissions of pyrolysis oil, and there's less CO2 in it when it's burned than actual oil, actual gasoline and diesel. And that's from a real scientific research paper. What's up, man?
Hey, brother, how you doing? Mr. Magnetron, what's up?
I like that. I like that.
How you doing?
I'm good.
From Canada here, man. I came across your YouTube video, I think about a year ago, which is now, and it sounds great because people like you and me, I'd say you are like a mastermind of what you created with the. Well, my question is it 220 per transformer as 50 hertz or 60 hertz? How do you power your magnetron? Do you have to power them separately? And you use AC capacitors to boost the amperage in order for producing.
I'm using the standard circuit that comes. There's an echo on your side. Yeah, listen. I'm using the standard microwave circuit with 120 volt transformers and capacitors hooked up to the magnetron.
Yeah, the reason why I asked is because I was doing something similar. I've been working on it for about 2 years now. So I built my own self-sufficient generator over there. I'm able to power this apartment at 230 volts at 60 hertz at 3,000 watts. And I was looking at when you build your unit, I was like, that would be great, but I'm wondering because I know that most transformers use either 110 or 220 volts, and that being said, you require certain amps for powering on it. I don't know how many magnetrons you have in your system, but like for the past video I saw on TikTok how it works, but I really don't. That was my question on how you actually power, because at the 220, once a friend of mine, we were experimenting with a transformer, 230 volts, and the power that we measured from it was actually really dangerous. And most people are actually looking, and I hear the question, they don't know exactly how dangerous you're working with all this electricity.
Yeah, man. Listen, we gotta move on, but. That was the answer to your question. I used 3 magnetrons, 120 volts, and I ended up putting them all together in a parallel circuit. So thank you. I got some other people I gotta let in.
Sweet, man.
Somebody asked, is the energy output greater than the input? The energy output is greater than the input with microwave pyrolysis, with my machines in particular. So, yes. Well, what are the health risks by using microwave? There are no health risks. What's up?
Yo, what's up? I'm so happy you're still alive.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I've been following you since the beginning, so I haven't seen you on my For You page for a while, and you just randomly popped up, and I was like, oh my god, he's still going, fuck yes.
Absolutely, I ain't stopping.
No, that's good, man. You keep on pushing forward. I've been here since the beginning. I even told you to get, what are they called? A patent. I told you to get a patent on your machines. You probably saw that comment a long time ago, but I was like, make sure you patent all your stuff, because if they figure out that you're trying to, help out the people, basically, if I find a renewable energy instead of electricity or, that stuff. It's just interesting. I just love seeing how your brain works. It's amazing.
Thank you so much, and we are patent pending. Thank you very much for your questions.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, you take care. You said, will your system emit radiation because it's a microwave? Yeah, it emits microwave radiation, but microwave radiation is non-ionizing. All it does is heat things up. It's pretty much infrared, so there's no risk to it. So the worst thing it'll do is heat you up, but you're not even going to be in the machine. So the only place the microwaves reside are within the machine itself. So there's no issue with that, even if it was some type of damaging radiation, but it's not. So it's fine. The worst thing it'll do is heat you up and then disrupt your phone's Wi-Fi. You said, please don't answer any more questions. This is education right here. We're teaching people how the process works. Hey.
Hey, Julian.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. What's your question?
More of a proposal on the model. You're talking about presenting this as another opportunity in big business, but what if you were able to scale your invention to the level that people can have it in their homes, or people can start their own business with your invention, and we can start popping up all over the nation. And I imagine a time where when we go to throw anything in the trash, it's connected to that process. So you throw it in the trash and say that's the reactor, the converter, and you just have a constant flow of energy that you're creating in your home, independent of business. And because at the end of the day, we need self-sufficiency. We don't need to introduce another monopoly for big business to take advantage of.
I agree with you, and that would be cool, but legally, you can't have these types of machines inside of residential homes, and that's because of the products they create. You have to have a specific type of property to even create these types of fuels and such, and unfortunately, due to the legal system, at least in the United States, as far as I know right now, unless there's specific loopholes, you can't have a machine that actually creates fuels in your house itself. Now, in terms of making this non-centralized and not a monopoly, that is something I'm actually very interested in, because I don't believe that this technology should be monopolized like the oil industry already is, right, by just big companies, and have a huge barrier to entry unless you're like a billionaire already. And I want to sell these machines to small and large businesses. So that's kind of going to be the equivalent and the closest thing, because of the the whole issue with you can't really have these types of machines in residential properties, at least right now. So that's the thing. I don't want one giant machine or just even me to be the only company that does this. I want this, I want there to be competition. I want tons of companies doing this. And I personally don't even want my machine to be closed off. Once I master it, I want to make it open source. So that way, if anybody wants to start a business and build them, they sure can. Because ultimately, the more people that are building these and the more people that are out there trying to find ways to deal with plastic waste with this technology, the better. Because that's what the goal was to begin with. So I think that's the best way to do it.
Thank you, Julian.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. You take care.
You too.
I'm Croatian, and I know all what Elon took from Tesla in the modern world. I do discuss with, I don't know what you're trying to say there. Looking for a virtual assistant? No. Let's see. How old does it take you to build the machine? How old does it take? Do you mean like how long does it take me to build the machine? I mean, this first industrial machine is yet to be built yet, so I can't say. But my past machines took, probably a few weeks to a month to build on average. What kind of waste does your machine create, and what do you do with it? The machine itself has no waste and no emissions. And the reason it has no waste is because everything that comes from it is the byproduct. So the gasoline is the byproduct of the machine. The carbon is the byproduct. The natural gas is the byproduct of the waste. And all those things can be used. Also, the biggest waste product would just be water that was the mix with the oils. When you get the gasoline out, you have to separate the water. But you run that water through an activated carbon filter a few times, and then it's cleaned up just fine. Let's see. Let me let you in here, Omar. What's up, my boy?
What's up? Hey, I know you guys keep having questions and stuff for my boy, man. Look, at the end of the day, y'all see the process. If you guys want to invest, and the only way we're going to get this ship off the ground is you guys invest in this man. If you guys don't believe in it, go to the side. But for those who believe in him, go ahead and try to invest in him so we can get this project off the ground. That's all I got to say, homie. You already know. Love.
Appreciate you, man. You take care, man. Much love, brother. Let you in here, 42. Does your machine have any way to filter out carcinogens? Yes. What's up?
So, let's actually a couple questions. Have you thought of marine and RV applications, mobile applications, as opposed to residential?
Yeah, I do want to build trailers with this, and I want to build boats with these machines on them.
Other one I have for you is, what about powering it by diesel instead of electricity?
I mean, you know, electricity comes from power plants that run off of natural gas and diesel. So if you have a generator, yeah, you can run it too. It runs off of electricity. So any source, you can run these machines off of solar or wind or nuclear. You know, it really doesn't matter.
But the efficiency would be kind of low on that return. In fact, you probably have negative net return on that.
On what?
If you were to use electricity to power it, so the power plants are using like diesel or coal to power them, and then you're then converting back to electricity, and then you're converting it back into heat power.
The only way to run this is off of electricity because it uses microwaves. The microwaves operate off of electricity, so you can't literally just burn anything directly and run the machine. You have to convert whatever you have into electricity.
Okay, so your machine specifically is using microwaves?
Yes.
Interesting. That's all I got for you.
All right. Thank you. Oh, great. The Instagram went out. I got to restart the Instagram live for you guys to come in here. Let me see. We had a question poll here. The state-sized trash collection in the ocean will make millions. Yeah, of course. That Texas patch in the ocean, the plastic. You know, look, we calculate the numbers in the video on how much money is in the ocean. Because it's not plastic, it's money. There's, $84 billion in the ocean. Just sat there, so... I gotta restart the Instagram live here, guys, so you guys can come in and ask your questions. What's up?
Hey, man. How's it going?
I'm good. What about you?
Like, it's amazing what you're doing. And I can see potential in you, and I feel like that's going to change the world. One thing I did want to tell you, since it's something that is going to be able to compete with other things, like, have you ever thought about, like, maybe creating a cryptocurrency that can give you value on your diesel?
I'll keep it real with you. Not really my forte on that side of things. I really am so focused on the things in the flesh, again, the tangible things there, that's not really my focus, those types of, you know, more virtual things.
I'm not saying so much in the aspect of, you know, like, you wanting money as, like, the main thing, but, like, this, I don't know who it was, one of the guys that was talking before me, and he was mentioning that, you know, like, sometimes you get losses, you know, so I feel like if you're doing, for example, cryptocurrency with your invention, maybe it's going to be able to give you some type of leverage when it comes to, like, you know, having to pay, like, fines, insurance, and all that.
I mean, look, I know the world is kind of transitioning towards cryptos in general and such, and if we get there and that's what it is, that's what it is, but, you know, as I said, I really want to make the money through providing value to people. I want to make money either by, you know, taking people's plastic and turning it into something and actually recycling it, or by actually providing fuels for people's vehicles or homes or whatever before I want to, you know what I'm saying, have some type of crypto thing going. That's not really my forte. But I appreciate your question there, your insight on that. So thank you, sir.
Oh, no problem, man. Congratulations once again, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. All right, I'll let you guys in here on the Instagram. Have you sent your oil off for analysis for metals and pH? No, I did not send it to a lab that tested those things. So I got to, I do have to do that, actually. What's up, man? Yo.
All right, so there's this technology called the Thunderbolt generator. Have you heard of it?
No.
All right, so it's a, like, new plasmoid form of, like, generator that you can hook up to combustible engines that produce 20% oxygen, like, when it's turned on, along with making the engines far more efficient. It, like, utilizes sacred geometry. It's a new kind of technology. Just look it up on YouTube and you'll find it. But I think that you using your technology mixed with that could really do some good work, because along with making, like renewable fuel, you can also put oxygen into the atmosphere. You know what I mean? Because that's
Right.
a big thing when people think about combustible engines. They're like, oh no, we can't do that. But this technology has been proven, and people are making it like DIY style. It's pretty cool.
Okay, you said Thunderbolt engine, right?
Yeah, Thunderbolt generator.
Thunderbolt generator. Okay, yeah, I'll look into that. I appreciate you.
Yeah, take care.
All right, you take care too. Let's see. So many people would be playing catch up in the crypto game. I mean, you said you guys are saying crypto was a good idea. I don't know. You're right. I mean, it is kind of where the world is going to. But I don't have anything against crypto. But what I was trying to say is, what I'm doing is something tangible and in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of sometimes you gotta be careful because there's all these rug pulls and crypto scams that go on all the time. People are already skeptical enough of what I do, and if I were to make a crypto, that has nothing to do with this machine, on a physical level, right? So, at the moment where we're at right now in the world, I'm so focused on just turning plastic to money on a currency level in terms of actual dollars right now, more than I am, trying to make it into some, the crypto stuff. But like I said, when the world goes to crypto, right, and that is what money is completely, you know what I'm saying, then it'll be different at that point. But I'm not really trying to get ahead on some type of wave or something. I'm just trying to get the plastic out of the ocean more than anything. You said, imagine if you had the proper equipment to make this. Yeah, exactly. Look, I built this thing the way I did it without proper equipment. So when we do get this proper equipment, we start building the Mark V in this summer. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be on a different level. Aren't you worried about the Paris Agreement to go zero emissions? This machine is carbon neutral, so there's more emissions made by just leaving plastic in the ocean.
Hello.
What's up?
This is Glasgow, UK.
Hey, much love to the UK.
Man, look, I come across your page by just scrolling around. It was like amazing. And I heard you talking about an oven on a pizza shelf. You can see it there, Tonero's Pizza, right? So is it possible, like, to pour the I don't know what to call it, like a generator, like a generator, like attached to the, manually to the oven, and just like generate electricity from there, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you can take the fuels from this machine and run a generator to run the machine, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to do that. You just have to have an efficient enough machine to give you a good enough yield to be self-sustaining like that.
Yo, bro, I'm gonna share your stuff everywhere, man.
Hey, I appreciate you, man.
You need to hide yourself, bro. From these big people. A lot of folks have come up with such an idea, and you don't see them anymore. So please stay safe, all right?
Yeah, I appreciate you.
All right. Respect from Glasgow.
Respect. But I'm not hiding myself from anybody, though. And you said, is the picture of that dude on the wall your boyfriend? I'm worried that the prolonged use of oils could damage the engines if it's acidic. I mean, here's the thing, Mayu on Twitch. Thank you for stopping on the Twitch, Mayu. I recognize you from the Discord server. And here's the thing I gotta say to everybody, right? Is people are gonna act like just because the oil, when it comes out raw, might have certain properties like acidity or polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons or whatever type of toxins or whatever there could be, that there's nothing we can do about it. If it's acidic, you can run it through things to make it to neutralize it. If it has some toxic compounds, you can run it through catalytic reformers to get rid of those toxic compounds. When we take crude oil from the ground, we have to do that anyway. Crude oil is acidic, but we have to make it not acidic so it doesn't destroy engines. So if this plastic oil has properties in it innately that are not good for the engines or for burning, we can figure those out and then deal with them. It's not a big deal. We already do that with crude oil anyway. So it's not really that's not going to be the reason why this doesn't work. As I said before, the real only issue with this technology is the efficiency point of it. And that's exactly why we use the microwaves. Now lead in hydrated water.
Shout out to you, my boy, from Houston, Texas.
Hey, much love, man. What's up?
Now, you follow you for a minute, leaving comments, man.
I appreciate you.
Keep doing your thing. Like the old boy says, like, you know, get your patents and everything in order. You know,
For sure.
I'm waiting to hear that's done.
Yeah, oh, it's patent pending.
Yeah, man, I can't wait for that shit to go through, so you know you got it on lock.
For sure, man. And I've seen your comments before, hydrated water.
Yeah. I follow you for a bunch of my pages.
Yeah. I see you.
My water page.
Yeah, I see you everywhere.
Good to see you, my boy. I got to get off this.
Hey, man, I appreciate the love. You take care. Stay blessed, bro.
So,
Hey, bro, what's up? It's me again, the guy that was talking about crypto. But I was gonna tell you, man, like since like you're younger, I think the way you could catch up to people when this thing is taking off already is like you should come up with a commercial, like something funny, because like you look like you know, like you can catch people's attention. And to be honest, man, it would be funny as hell to see even some type of commercial with like, you know, like Back to the Future. And instead of him throwing garbage in the thing, you throw plastic in that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But I think like you got what it takes, man. So yeah, that's one more thing I want to tell you, because every time I come on this live, it's pretty full, and I haven't had a chance to go on here. So right now, since it's like no traffic, God bless you for all that, man. And hopefully everything takes off.
Thank you, man. I appreciate your insight, seriously. And I appreciate your support as well. Thank you, man, so much. Let's see, next person. We got a question on the Instagram. What does an equitable and sustainable society look like to you? So let me tell you guys, because I always say this technology is going to be what is a step for society to usher in society to the next level. Truly sustainable society is a society that can manage all of its waste, a society that makes zero waste. Because if you look in nature, there's no such thing as waste in nature. Every single thing becomes the energy for the next thing. Think about how much waste we create in our modern society. Everything is energy, and everything takes energy to make. So when we just have waste and landfills and ocean plastics and nonsense, things that can easily be recovered or recycled, and they're just being thrown away, we're never going to level up as a society until that ends. And that's just period. We cannot. Because think about how much energy it takes to make plastic just for us to throw it in the ocean. That's not efficient. So that's what a truly sustainable society looks like to me. Not a society that has zero emissions. A society that has zero waste. Where we recycle all the metal and glass, and then all the plastic we turn back into energy. All the clothes waste we turn back into energy. All of the medical waste we turn back into energy. We recover everything possible, just like nature does. That's what a sustainable society looks like. And guess what? When you do that, you won't even have a whole bunch of crazy emissions. You know why? Because guess what? When you have all this trash, you know how many emissions come from the landfills? You know how much methane and ethylene is emitted from plastic just sitting there? Those are the horrible emissions. You think CO2 is the issue? Take a look at the really long chain hydrocarbon chemistry that is happening when these things photodegrade and break down, when food waste that we just throw away that we could easily do so much more with and make compost to make sustainable agriculture, and all that's just sitting there and then releasing methane. That's the real greenhouse gases going into the air, and that keeps happening. So until we deal with all of our waste in a realistic way, right, that is profitable and truly energy recovering, we're not going to level up as society, and that's just what it is. Are you thinking about making your next version? Yeah, next version is already in the works. We're gonna start making this by this summer. What's up?
Hey, man, I've been following you for a little while, and I'm the one that asked the question about an equitable or sustainable future, and I appreciate you for answering that question. And you brought up landfills. Do you have like a vision of the future of like what, like, because there's a lot of landfills, and you're right, there's a lot of plastics and there's a lot of like trash all up in those landfills. Is there like a way that like we can fix that? Like it seems like a unattainable goal, but it's not. That's why it's so difficult.
Money is the way to fix it. All you have to do is prove to the world that these things that we're throwing in landfills are money, and nobody's gonna throw anything away. Look, think about it like this, right? We know that gold is worth money. Can you go to a landfill and just find gold blocks sitting in there? Can you go into the ocean and just find random bits of gold just sitting around? No, you can't even find dollar bills in landfills or the oceans. And what people don't understand, because we've been told that plastic is just a waste product, single use, is that it is money and energy. So once we prove to the world that money is plastic and plastic is money because it's energy and crude oil, nobody's going to want to throw it away anymore.
I appreciate the work that you are doing, and your mindset is going to inspire generations. I'm going to get off here and free this line up for other people, but I genuinely just want to let you know I've been following you for a long time, and I appreciate the work that you are doing. It will pay off.
Thank you so much, man. And thank you for the great questions, too. You take care.
You take care, too, man.
Do you know what Moses West is? Yeah, I know Moses West. He built the atmospheric water generator. Your pyrolysis machine combined with the AWG could sustainably support a small town. Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, these machines factor and play into waste recovery or disaster recovery too. You ever thought about all of the waste and trash that comes when we have natural disasters that mess stuff up? All of those organic products that got destroyed, that just end up in the landfill, we can recover the energy from that. Because this machine works on anything organic, not just plastic. It's just that plastic gives us the best fuel yields because it's the most energy dense. When we get to the point where this machine is so efficient, and no matter what you put in there, is just a done deal energy profit, it won't even matter what we put in there. There will be no limitations. And, people oftentimes will tell me, this technology is old and it hasn't worked because of efficiency. Well, guess what? Engines now are so much efficient than engines were back then. Just because something is old does not mean it can't be improved and made to a point that works. What's up, man?
Hey, man. So, I just have a few things to say because I just started following your profile probably like last week, and I didn't even know it was possible to create sustainable energy from plastic. So, first things first, I just want to let you know I'm extremely proud of you, man. From one brother to another, to see you create such free energy just off of, like you said before, waste that are in landfills. It just shows me how bright our minds are as a collective, and it shows me like the potential of the world as far as advancing as a unit. And I also saw that you successfully put the plastic diesel inside of a lawnmower and a diesel truck. I was showing my mom, I was so excited. I was like, wow, like, you really just converted plastic into fuel. Like, this is the new age. Like, this is,
right.
The new standard of consciousness. So I just want to let you know, man, like, you really are changing the world. And I look up to you, man. Like, you inspire me in so many ways, for sure.
Thank you. Much love.
Yeah. So that's really all I have to say.
Thank you so much, man.
I didn't catch your name, too, because I never knew what your name was.
I'm Julian. That's my name. Nice to meet you, man.
Julian. So, yeah, like, I just want to let you know, Julian, that you really are a mogul or a mogul, whatever it is, for the Black community, just any community, for real, just the world, period. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't even know that was possible. And to see it work gave me, like, an endorphin and euphoria high. Like, I was like, wow, this is really working. Like, damn, like, it's really working. In 4K.
Right.
You feel me? So I just like I said, man, I just want to let you know that, fellow Black brother. So you keep going, and then I'm gonna track your progress and keep spreading the word for real.
For sure. I appreciate you, man, so much. Thank you.
All right. Peace.
Much love. Thank you for sharing the live, Omar. You're a real one. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, come on, guys. Let's be real. It's not even a matter of if this oil or this fuel we make is gonna work. It's just a matter of making it, right? That's it. It makes sense. I mean, think about it. Plastic comes from crude oil. The fuels we run the world off of come from crude oil. So just by nature of math and logic, of course it's gonna work in the engines. So that's why I'm telling you guys what we're doing next is we're gonna run a jet engine. And that's just what it is. And it's gonna run, of course, because it's the same thing. I mean, we already make biodiesels and biofuels that run in engines. So of course this plastic is gonna run in engines too. If we all contributed each day, he'll be at the goal it takes to go mainstream. Exactly, Omar, and that's really the main goal, to let people know that it's possible beyond anything else. What's up, man? You're really quiet. What's up? What's up? I can hear you now.
Yeah, I just you're in America, right?
Yeah.
You have a nationality?
Not in particular. Not like I'm not from a different country. If that's what you're asking.
Yeah, cool. Because I just came into the information and awareness of how they're harvesting souls, and it's through nationality. People who are identifying as black, like without a nation, you're harvestable. Your soul is harvestable. And as a Moor, you have a nationality and you have a title.
So I'm harvestable? From who?
Yeah. These elites.
Well, tell them to come and get me. Are you thin? What you say? This is not a question. This is just for you personally. I just want to leave you with some wisdom. Remember that one moment of pain is worth a lifetime of glory. Exactly. Harvestable? Okay. Okay. Come harvest me then. What's up?
How you doing?
I'm amazing. How are you?
Great. So we have tractors.
Mm-hmm.
We have tractors for days.
Oh, wow. You do?
We want to try to run one with your diesel. This one, me and my buddy built ourselves.
Where are you located?
Would you happen to be interested?
What state are you in? Yo.
Okay, probably can't transport your
What state are you in?
California.
Yeah, that'll be an issue because I can't take it on a plane, of course. That'll be a long drive.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if we could maybe do a transport type thing, so we could maybe transport one over to you, but it'd be pretty costly.
No, you know what? Let's do this, right? Wait to give me some time until I get my next machine built up, right? And then what we'll do is once my next machine is built up, I'll be able to make enough. I'll be able to make enough diesel for it'll be worth the drive for me to drive all the way over there and run like tons of tractors at once, versus me going all the way over there just to drive one for a few minutes. So let's just wait on that. But I like that idea though.
Okay. Yeah, well, you let me know. We'll be here.
Oh yeah.
I'd love our company to be one of the first ones to run your plastic diesel.
For sure.
Tractor.
For sure.
California, that'd be huge.
Sounds good, man. I appreciate that.
Big show for everyone. I think that'd be great.
Yeah, for real. Really using this in a real industry. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Exactly. Well, you let me know, brother. I'm always available. You let me know.
All right, man. You take care. Thank you. I love that opportunity right there.
Out there.
Thank you. Guy said he wanted to harvest me. Sounds a little sus to me. That other guy. Oh, great. Instagram went out again. Julian, I have a question for you. Have you tried to use small businesses to sell your product? and or having people advocate for the products. I know that we got to build the next machine first. We got to build the next machine first because that's going to be the first industry. See, here's the thing, guys. They don't want the homemade stuff. You know what I'm saying? True business people, they want to be able to say, to come visit your warehouse, see you put the plastic in, and see you get the oil out. They don't want to go to your backyard. They want to see. So that's what this bottleneck has been. I've built the machine that works. I have 100 YouTube videos on it, literally 100. But it was all in my backyard. And now I have to build the machine at an industrial level to really get it to the next step. But as we know, that's not cheap. So I've been at this bottleneck where it's like, well, how do I get the funds to get it to this industrial level without giving up a bajillion percentage of the company early on just because, monetary lack, right? Because we don't operate in a state of desperation. We operate in a state of abundance. And you always have to ask yourself, if I had all the money I need to have, would I give up half of my company? Never. Why would I give up half my company just because I don't have the money I need right now? I will get the money I need. I don't have to give up half my company. That's what it is. So, all these types of things, proposing this to small businesses, it's all going to come. In fact, they're going to come to me because all the businesses are looking for a new way to join the green wave, to do something that they can advertise as, we're green, we're sustainable, we care about the environment, even though they don't really, because if they did, they would have been doing something themselves. But, that's the thing. Ultimately, that's what it is. You get in this place, and that's where every person, every inventor has been in that place, unless you just had, a trust or rich parents or something, ultimately you got to be in the place where you have to make the very strategic moves, where you're in this place of where they want to convince you you're in a desperate place, but ultimately you have to be in an abundant place to figure out how you're gonna get what you need to get to take to the next step. And that's why I tell you guys, we're gonna build Mark V this summer because I'm gonna make it work. Your camera crew should have done one continuous shot of you when you are turning on the engine with no diesel in the tank, then pouring that in and starting it. Let me think. They have done that. The video, look, if you actually go to the live stream, the global infection, there is no chop up between the videos. You probably saw my 6-part video on YouTube of the live stream of the truck running. If you go to the actual live tab, you'll see there was no cuts or anything. I just put 6 separate videos up because YouTube, the algorithm works better that way. People will watch more if they see a video that's 15 minutes versus an hour or 30 minutes. So that's the only reason I did that. But if you want to see the whole thing uncut, I have it on my Instagram and on my YouTube in the live section. You say you just got to convince one person who's got the cash in hand. It's not about having the cash in hand. I've already had people who have the cash in hand. It's about the person that has the cash that actually wants to just be generous and not want to try to take advantage and get something out of it in the end. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's not even about waiting on somebody. You got to go out and get it yourself. When I started this machine, it was just me. I did it myself. So that might be how it is going to be anyways. I got to just figure it out myself, and that's okay too. I'm down for the ride. I'm here to make this work regardless. But if somebody does come along, just the right person, they come along and they just give me the money, no ties, no strings attached, you best believe I'll take it. But regardless, I'm going to make it work anyway. It doesn't matter. That's just my commitment to myself. Regardless, I'm going to make it work in the right way too. I'm not just going to sell out. Can't just be bought out like that, especially early on. Just get bought out, half your company gone, and then the vision's lost because now I don't even control my own company. Now somebody else with different motives and they probably are still out themselves, right? They probably just sell it to a big company the minute they want to swoop in. Well, now they own half of it. They don't even do anything. They just gave me money. Imagine that. You built all this stuff and somebody just comes along with money and then they just dangle it over your face and you just scoop it up. See, they want you to be a slave. They want you to be a slave to the system and to the money, And of course, money opens opportunities and money brings things and money is what runs the world. But at the same time, you have to be realistic in the fact that you're not going to come up in here and just let somebody just take half of everything that you built. Because if they take half, then you don't even own what you did anymore. Now it's you and them. And what do? Are they even passionate about it, or do they just want a piece? GoFundMe, I have a GoFundMe. It's in my bio. Anybody who wants to donate, I do have a GoFundMe. It's in my bio. I really appreciate it. But yeah, you got to keep it real. Any type of person right now that has some type of advantageous, manipulative spirit is going to see me and see the state I'm in and immediately think, oh, let's get him now. He's trying to get this to the next level outside the backyard, and he doesn't have the funds to do it. I bet we can go in right now and talk to him and get him to give up 50% of his company because he's 20 years old. Get him to give up a huge percent for money just to get it started. But unfortunately, that's just not the case. That's not the era anymore we're in. Those days are over. We live in an era where people are making millions online doing the stupidest things, the most degenerate things. You think I can't make millions and figure out some way? I sure will. And then once you start it and you get it built, then you can actually have a realistic valuation. Once you have the machine built, now you can get millions of dollars for 5% because you proved that it worked. That's the thing. So I'm waiting to the point where I build the first machine before I really start to get investors like that, because right now the valuation is stupid. I want 50% for $1 million. I know this thing is worth $1 trillion bajillion because we're turning plastic waste into fuel. What the heck? The biggest waste problem we have, we're trying to get into energy. This thing is not worth $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't in my own right mind do that. You got to come up with the big bands. And then on top of that, beyond money and equity, we're talking control of the company. If you want to have control of the company, you got to have the same vision too. You can't just come up in here with money to get half of the company. You got to have the same vision. You got to be a partner. You know what I'm saying? You have to be on the same level. You have to really be passionate. How many people are actually passionate about the environment? How many people actually are? Very, very few people, and especially very few people with money. Because if you have money and you're passionate about the environment, you wouldn't even be asking for half of my company. You would just see what I'm doing and be like, you know what? I respect his hustle. I'm just going to give him money. See? You said use your own credit to your advantage. Exactly. I might have to get a loan from a bank. Look, whatever it may be, I'm going to make it work, and I'm not going to sell out doing it. That's just what it is. Because we're not, there's no way that's a technology like this that has so much potential is going to get washed up because of greed. As I said to you guys, I'm a businessman as much as I am an inventor and an innovator. However, the whole vision and base of me even starting this was because I'm tired of plastic waste and I want recycling to actually be real recycling, right? And that's the goal anyway, beyond money. I know that we have to make money and we have to make it profitable for this to be a thing. I know that. But conversely, at the same time, that's not the goal. So as I just said before, I don't care if my business gets outcompeted and I get washed up and I end up making no money, as long as this technology is out there and we're getting plastic out of the oceans and truly making it monetarily efficient. If Shell comes along and wants to steal my technology, if they're getting plastic out of the ocean and plastic waste ends, then I don't care. That was the whole goal of this anyway. I'll make some other thing, some other invention or something. But, if I get this in the wrong hands way too early in the beginning, it's going to fall under. It's going to end up being washed up and controlled by some, I don't know, like some type of just narrative or agenda that's just not fitting of what this is. So that's all I'm saying. I gotta restart the Instagram live so you guys can come in again. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, we have to be real. This is, for more than just the economy or more than just business. It is for the earth here. I'll let you in here, Solomon.
Julian, you done said yourself something to do. Waiting for that. It ain't about this money and stuff. Hell, they make money out of cotton and linen, which is flaxseed and hemp, and then they transfer it into a cloth off and print it and ship it out. It's our own resources. Who cares about that? We're not going to be able to live if these people keep on messing up our planet. And if they cared about our planet, they wouldn't have been putting that. Let me calm down. They wouldn't be putting that mess in our oceans in the first place. Our planet is in danger. If these people really cared, they already knew how to do it, but they don't want to do it because they want to continue to control people and control the environment by destroying the environment. It's something more than money. That's all I'm going to say. It's something more than money. It's something more than money. So I'm glad that you said that. Everybody can't be freaking bought out with their dead presidents. Point blank simple. Stand your ground, Julian Brown. That part.
You damn right I will.
Man. Thank you. We rooting for you, and it's a whole lot of young scientists out there that looks like you. Because all these people coming up here asking these questions, they just trying to get in your mind and see where you're going and everything like that. But they ain't up to nothing. They ain't up to nothing. They just full of BS. And let me hush, but you know what I'm saying. They full of it. So no, ain't nobody being brought out. We're trying to save our planet from parasites. Period. Point blank. Stand your ground, Julian Brown. Stand your ground. You saved. You hear me? You all right, my brother. You all right. Yes. We got a real one.
Thank
the
you.
ancestors is watching over you. That's facts. All right, then. I'll holler at you later.
All right. Thank you.
Ground, brother. Stand your ground.
Thank you so much. I always appreciate your support, as always. As you said, got 1 million followers, and we're ready to support. Well, I absolutely appreciate any way you see through to support what I'm doing and to back what I'm doing. You know, if that means you sharing with your following what I'm doing, however you see fit. I appreciate any and all of it. Because ultimately, what we want this to be public information. Let me ask you guys a question. How many of you knew that plastic came from crude oil before my videos? How many of you knew that? Will want to partner? Yeah, you have to send me a business email then. Most people did not know that plastic came from crude oil. Most people do not know that. There is a huge suppression of the information regarding energy in this world. Let me ask an even more specific question. For everybody who did know that plastic came from crude oil, how many of you knew that we could turn plastic back into crude oil before you saw my videos? How many of you knew about pyrolysis? How many of you ever even heard of pyrolysis before you've seen my videos? Most people have not. It's pretty rudimentary chemistry. It's very similar to distillation, and distillation is taught all over the place in schools, but pyrolysis, not so much. Why? There's some type of reason and some type of suppression around pyrolysis. Technology been around. How did I learn about it? Thousands of research papers. And yet, it's not very common knowledge at all. Do I have a STEM degree? No. I don't have any degrees. I learned all my stuff online. So, the point I'm trying to make is, people are perishing from a lack of knowledge. We are losing hope from a lack of knowledge. You know how many people have come into their lives and said, you brought me hope, knowing that there's actually something we can do with the ocean plastics. If only they knew that it was oil. So you best believe once I figured out it was oil, I had to jump right on it. So beyond money, beyond me even building the machine, My goal is to get as much publicity online as possible to, at the very least, let every single human on Earth know that not only is plastic made of crude oil, but through the process of pyrolysis, we can turn it back into fuel. And once I let every single human on Earth know that, I, of course, can build my machines. I, of course, still want to build my machines, but guess what? I don't have to. We have enough doers and powerful souls on this earth for somebody else to take the torch, for somebody else to do it. I don't got to do it anymore. Now that people know that, everybody like me, who is very hands-on and innovative and tired of plastic waste, are going to get their hands put on this technology and start building it themselves if nobody else is doing it. So that's all I'm saying. The ultimate power is in knowledge and letting people know. So if they don't want to teach it in schools, they don't want to tell it on the news, they don't want to do whatever they want, well, I'll do it then. I'll teach everybody. Tig Arsonist, what's up on the Twitch? You said that so long ago. I'm really late. I'm sorry, Tig Arsonist. But what's up on the Twitch? I appreciate you for stopping by. So yeah, that's what it is. If they're not gonna do it, I'll do it. I'll tell people. You know, we live in the world of social media. We live in the world where people are getting billions of views and millions of dollars for doing the most degenerate things on the planet ever. So I am going to utilize education and true knowledge and restoring the hope in people and make that the next thing on social media. The next influencer on social media. That's what it should have been to begin with. Imagine with all the technology we have, imagine with social media, if it was actually used productively, how many more problems would already be solved in this world. I already broke the systems that try to suppress information and try to just push stupid things in your pages by going viral on pretty much every platform. So people clearly are tired of it. People clearly are looking for the knowledge, right? People clearly are having a quench to get new knowledge they never heard of before in their face, but it's been these systems set in place to keep us hopeless that have stopped this from progressing. So ultimately, that's the real goal beyond all else. Just let as many people as possible know this can be done. And then if I don't do it, somebody else will. You said, sadly, big government would never let it happen. Look, if I tell every human on Earth this is possible, there's enough scientists, there's enough welders, there's enough engineers, there's enough environmentalists. There will be too many people to stop it. There will be too many people. The government, the government, if you can't beat them, join them. That's what's going to happen. The government's going to join in on it. That's why knowledge is so impactful and so important. Because I'm just one man. I can only do so much. My days are numbered. But if everybody knows knowledge is forever, and I'm implanting it in your minds too, you never forget. So I'm not just writing it in a book that can get burnt or something. This is in the mind. And now that all you people have seen, and millions more will see, billions more will see in time, it's just going to be common knowledge. It has nothing to do with me. People don't have to know me at all. Eventually, it'll get to the point where it's just like reverbed. People completely forget that I was even the one who told them about plastic into oil. But people know that plastic can be turned to oil. That's all that matters. Everything is energy. That's the mission. That's the consensus. And once that happens, there'll be so much pressure from the people put on companies, put on the government. Once everybody knows, they'll be like, why aren't we doing that already? Why aren't these machines all over the earth already? It's going to happen anyway. Somebody will do it, I promise you. And it probably will be the big companies at the end of the day too. Now jump on board. All these big companies that already knew about it, they could have done it, that would jump on board. So that's all that matters. That's my goal, guys. That's all I'm saying. So that's why I'm on this information push beyond all else. That's why I'm answering the questions. That's why I'm replying to the critiques. Because ultimately, if everybody can be educated and everybody knows that this is possible and that it is sustainable, and it is carbon neutral, and it is safe, and it is efficient. And it can't be stopped. Doesn't matter what happens to me. It cannot be stopped. So that's all I have to say, ultimately. And yeah, I'll be going live again tomorrow. Thank you all for stopping by. Peace out.